Creating elegant dimensional paper flowers can be a lot of fun, but you can also feel very frustrated when you pick out that stamp and die. You try to create those flowers you're seeing online and they just don't look like that. Today I'm going to share some simple techniques using the Sweet Peony floral that you can use and follow along with, practice, and you'll have a lot of fun creating these simple, elegant flowers to add to your paper crafted projects. To create this first flower, I'm using the large Sweet Peony stamp and die set. This set has 2 flowers and multiple leaves with it. So when I started this flower stamp and die set, I stamped it with the magenta hue archival ink. So there's 3 different pink tones that I'm using. You can choose whichever color you prefer. But then to color this base layer, I used the pink peony archival ink. So when you go in to create with this or to color these, I add that base layer and we're going to add a darker color around the tips. Now when you're using these colors of inks, I like to really do multiple tones to get more depth. And when you're creating the flowers, a quick and easy tip is to stamp a bunch of flowers so you can color all of them at one time. So I just switched and went to vibrant fuchsia. And I'm just going to go a little bit around the edges and that gets some quick color. So these 3 tones really give a lot of great depth and dimension. So if you're stamping the peonies, choose 3 of your favorite colors, use those together, color them, and then that is ready for quick and easy cutting with your coordinating dies. So we'll run this through the machine and that will cut those flowers out and we're ready for shaping. To shape these flowers, we're going to put them into the mold. The largest ones, I will have them stamped side up. You can do them either way, so you can have fun experimenting with these techniques. The second size, I'm going to put stamped side down because that is going to be the flower bud. Then we'll do a light mist. Now I am using the Flower Shaping Mold Basics. If you haven't used this yet, this makes it so quick and easy for your flower shaping. It really saves you time and you could fill in all these other sections with a small peony and get a bunch of flowers shaped at one time. Here I'm using 2 layers. You can use up to 3 layers when you run these through your die cutting machine. So you'll just put that lid on top, and for the machine I'm using today, we'll put that in between the 2 clear plates. We'll run that through the machine. Today I'm using the Cut and Emboss. This machine is very easy to use. You'll just run that through and that will press it together so that is shaped instantly. Now this is our basic mold, which gives you a nice crinkled effect. If you don't have the mold yet, I highly recommend getting that because it really makes it quick and easy for you and you'll find yourself using it over and over. So this will come out and you'll see that those flowers are very nicely sandwiched right into the mold. And we'll pull those 2 layers apart and we're ready to finish the rest of the shaping with our stylus. To shape these with the stylus, I am using a very large tip, the 8mm tip. And with that one, you can just do that circular motion, just kind of 1 circle to 2, just right in the center. And when you do this, you'll do for the 2 large ones, you'll do that from the front, from the stamp size, and then the 2 small ones we're going to use as flower buds. We'll do that on the back for those. Now you'll notice on the back of these I added some color. I really like to do that for the peonies, so we have some color in the back when we're adding it as a flower bud to our when the flower's all together. Once you've done that, if you wanted to, you could go back and you can squish those petals together a little bit more if you want an extra crease. That is totally up to you. I'm not going to do much of that with mine. And if you also wanted to add a little bit extra texture and color, you can go back and just highlight those creases in the flower with the vibrant fuchsia ink. And that kind of highlights those creases and makes that very pretty. So once you've done that, you're ready to layer these and glue these together. The trick to layering this large flower together is you want to make sure you're using a hot glue so it sets perfectly. And you'll want to make sure that this flower is pretty dry after you've shaped it. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and add a little bit of that hot glue right in the center and pull that away, and we'll put the second layer on top. So this is the two of the same size flower just going on top of each other. So that creates the base. Now, if the fuller the flower you want, the more layers you want to do, you could do up to 3 of this size if you wanted to. But then once you've done those 2 layers, you can go back and you can start creating the flower bud. So to create the flower bud, I have the stamp side on the outside, and I literally just push this up, push it together. So if you can just kind of hold it like a little flower bud. This one's a little bit more open, so I'll hold that loosely. And then I'll add some hot glue just around that base, just kind of all the way around, and that will hold those petals together a little bit around the base, the bottom as well. And then we'll bring the other one. The stamp side is on the back, and we'll just overlap that and bring those petals up. Now this will come together just kind of random. It's very loose, very fluffy. It's a fun way to create a flower. Each one will look different. You could use this by itself, but this one will be layered to the inside of this first flower. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and add some more hot glue just at the very base of this flower and kind of around those petals so it holds it up. And we'll go back and layer this right in the center of this flower, and you can just kind of push that all together, and it just kind of pulls it together. Each flower with the peony will look different because of all those varying petals, which makes it really fun, very classic and elegant. So that is one flower. Now you can also do those beautiful stem flowers. So this is from the small peony stamp and die set. And with this one, I did the exact same technique of stamping and coloring, but with this, I'm going to use a little wired flower stamen. I pierced a hole in the center, and we'll just bring that at the top, just add a little bit of hot glue as that flower is coming to the top, and push that all the way up to that stamen. You could do a single flower just like this, but we're going to have some more fun and add some more layers. So you can use as many layers as you like, whichever size you prefer. And then I'll go back, add a little bit more glue at the base, and just continue to layer those flowers together. So we'll bring this up, just offset those petals. You can kind of push it up, and then we'll bring that third layer in there if you like that super dimension. So after you're finished creating these flowers, you can then go back and make some glitter and have all sorts of fun with that. So you'll get different looks just based on how you layer those petals together. Just pull that up. That's dry instantly, and you have those beautiful little flowers that you can use paired with the large, elegant flowers as well. So within the Sweet Peony collection, we have the large Sweet Peony stamp and die set that has the 2 largest along with the leaves that coordinate with that. Those are the larger leaves. And then we have some small Sweet Peonies, so you can choose which ones you want to work with. I highly recommend getting both so you have both sizes. And with that, we also have another stamp and die set that are the perfect accents to layer those flowers on top of and those little flower buds to pair with that. So we are going to have some fun looking at some of the samples. So you'll see as we go along, there's many different colors. There's many different themes of what you can do with these. I love how these are just paired with the Sweet Peony papers as accents, using the decorative papers as well. Here is a little bouquet. You could use this as a little corsage for Mother's Day. Do you see those purple paired lilacs using some stamens? Very pretty. Now, if you're looking at these and you're like, oh, these are so pretty, how do I create them? These will be featured on the blog throughout March, so you'll see many of these with coordinating dies. This die in the background is from our Heartfelt Love collection. Super stunning. This is just a pastel pink. With that, here we've used the cage from the Lilac collection. So many different accents using the Sweet Peony. This is one from the Young at Heart collection, pairing it with the window. So you can see how soft and pastel you can make those backgrounds. Now, this set, these flowers, if you're a colorist and you love coloring, these are absolutely stunning. I'm going to pull up some samples created with this one. If you're the colorist, like just look at how beautiful that detail is when you color and stamp it. So that's a beautiful way to pair it. Or you can use multiples together. There's a die that coordinates with that. This was stamped on acetate with a removable background, so that changes the color of the flower, which is really pretty and fun. Here we've got that big luscious flower paired with other florals within some different collections. So these are really designed to be some core basics that you can use as focal points or as backgrounds. Here is the Sweet Peony with some of those leaves and the decorative border from our Heartfelt wedding collection. If you love to do altar projects, this was one that was done as well, using lots of different sizes, mixing them all up. One thing I wanted to point out, in the backs of some of these small flowers, there's just a smaller flower that was colored in green, so you can use it as a flower leaf base. So that's something fun. You can do really cool bouquets. Here's another one. This one was done with foam. Speaking of foam, we have a couple different looks. This is one done in the aqua and one in purple. You get completely different looks just based on how you shape those, how you color those, and all that fun stuff. We've got some more samples. This one was an altered project. You can take whatever round tin you have, decorate it up. I love that in the orange. It's so super pretty. Here's one in a teacup. So this one was done with a electronic die cut base, and then we added those accents to it. Here's another big card that's absolutely gorgeous. Just look at that stunning accent piece in the background. So as you can see, there's many creative possibilities with these. Here's some more with the Sweet Peony, and the papers are gorgeous. I can't wait to show you those. And then last but not least, we have just a couple more samples. This is a little treasure chest that's all decorated up with those beautiful peonies paired with some lilacs in different colors. And here we've got some more closed peonies, some open buds. So as you can see, the versatility is so amazing with these. Just blend different colors, use those background papers. And over here I have another one that's a pretty accent as well. So have fun creating yours. And the paper collection is one that is a very bright pastel colored florals that are very easy to incorporate to create those beautiful projects that you love. Have fun creating your own Sweet Peonies in multiple different colors, and I really recommend doing these and practicing them multiple times until you feel comfortable with it, until you have those techniques down. I typically do 10 to 20 flowers at one time. If you don't have the Sweet Peony flowers yet, make sure to get yours today so you can get started making these flowers. I've added the links below for quick and easy ordering. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to get subscribed today and you won't miss out on my next video with the Sweet Peonies on 4 more ways to shape these.